But the fact is that he does have opportunity or does have the right to take the child, pick up the child, and be involved in the schooling. He would have that right anyway pursuant to MCL 722.30.
Yes.
Ma'am, don't shake your head unless you know the law. Or that the child be turned over to him immediately,
Okay.
forthwith, and that he will have the child for the 63 days that he has been denied as make-up parenting time. Yeah. As a result of your failing to turn over, as this court has ordered, the court is going to remand you to the Calhoun County Sheriff,
Okay.
where you will remain incarcerated until such time as the child is turned over to the plaintiff.
Okay.
So you can go with the deputy. I'll have the deputy take you. He can take
Can you go,
to the
fella?
holding tank, and then we'll see that you're going to have to make your phone call and make sure that whoever where the child is, that the child is turned over. But at this point, you will remain incarcerated until such time as the child is.
Really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you see the clip. Go ahead, Google this book first so you can find it on Amazon. Listen, we got to talk about it, man. How long does the courts take to catch up? You know, the courts, family courts are known for giving slaps on the wrist, right? To mothers specifically. And this particular thing, I found it on Willie D's page. You'll see his Instagram thing on the clip. But this idea that he had to get custody withheld from him for 63 days. What is 63 days normally? Normally you could say a whole summer, right? But most of a summer. But in general, fathers have been dealing with this for decades. Oh, it's my baby. I can't let you see the baby. I don't know the baby's sick. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The baby just caught malaria. Oh, the baby's in the hospital now, you know, because he got attacked by a leopard. Okay, which hospital? Oh, I just miraculously pulled the baby out the hospital. Oh, baby don't want to see you. They just told me they didn't want to see you. That baby can't even talk. That baby don't even know English yet. That baby is 8 months old. It said, "No, I don't want to see him." Yeah, that's what the baby said. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. But, you know, a judge said, I'm locking you up until you get this man his child. And here's the unfortunate thing. This stuff should have happened years ago. Years ago. 63 days. Like, think about it. You got to go. And plenty of fathers went to court repeatedly. And then you hear women say, why don't you fight and go to court? Da, 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 da. But women act retarded. So they act like, oh, I didn't know that you went to court 7 times and they just let her slide out 7 times. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know the court fining her for the stuff she doing. But really, but she got to pay the fine. What you think she paying the fine with? Her own money. No, child support money. I'm paying the fine. Stupid motherfucker. I'm paying the lawyer. I'm going to court. She gets in trouble. I'm paying the fine, and she just gets another slap on the wrist. And now a judge is tired of it. And I just said a judge, because let's just be clear. You know, this should be a nationwide thing by now, but it ain't. All of these quote unquote judges are so old fashioned, and so we got to do what's right. We got to do, you know what I'm saying? We got to treat this, we got to understand the law. And it's funny how this law, this is an anomaly that somehow the law worked and the mother was held in custody over her breaking the law. This is an anomaly. I've seen women go to jail in the courtroom for getting mad about the ruling and fighting in the courtroom or cussing out the judge, but never, because anybody could tell you child custody and child support is 2 different things, even though you go to when they put both of them on you, it's in the same court, ironically, right? Well, this is how much you make. I'm trying to get custody. Well, how much you make? I'm trying to get custody. Doesn't matter if you're trying to get custody. How much you make? You make enough for us to get some money out of this, buddy. So doesn't matter if you really want your kid. You make a good enough amount of money that we can get a cut out of. My retirement, thanks you, says the judge. So now you have this moment where people are like, it's about time. And I saw Willie D's video when he did the slow clap. Just and the problem is this. Do you realize how many adults who have children have been this child? Because see, a lot of what we skip over is the lies. The lies. Your dad, how many people had these issues before caller ID, before cordless phones? You get what I'm saying? Before cell phones, up to now. And they just got to go home and tell a story. Oh, he's just trying to take you away from me. He don't like me. He just want to try to ruin us. He's evil. And the kid go, yeah, mama said it has got to be true. But they don't get to see a judge go, you know what? You've denied this man, da 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 da. See, now it's on social media. Now you see the stories, not even necessarily the stories. You see courts upload, some of these family court issues, and you see how society looks at it like, oh, the court system is out of touch. See, and I've said it before, the courts are out of touch with the reality. See, a family court will rule something in a woman's favor that they wouldn't accept in their own life and their own family. It- let's just get that clear. Judge could have a judge could wind up getting divorced. A lawyer could wind up, being on the mother's side in court, but find themselves in the father's position in court and go, huh, what in the hell? No, 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 we're not doing that. That's wrong. That's immoral. That's illegal. That's unethical. You breaking all these rules. And it's like, weren't you in here last week agreeing to everything I just said when there's somebody else? Yeah, Your Honor, but I was getting paid for that. Like, now it's happening to me. Police officers have figured it out. They getting locked up. Not necessarily locked up. I should say, well, some of them are getting locked up because they get the DV domestic violence charge, and or he got a restraining order. It's like a restraining order. What in the hell? I ain't never touched this girl. Oh, you got a custody battle going. Yeah. So the same tricks that baby mama used on people who wasn't in the court system and it wasn't in law and law enforcement, they using on law and law enforcement. So now it's at the point where all the way up to the bench, you got to go, hey, we need to stop this. But you created a monster. It's generations of people who've been raised to do wrong because their mama did wrong, and you family courts actually enabled it and upheld the behavior. And now you're getting the society that you ruled for, that you ruled in judgment for. And now it's like, what's the problem? What's going on with the world today? Your rulings. And ladies like, oh my God, this is, I might be reaching. I say that, but I'm sure this is so true. There are ladies like, oh, she shouldn't be in jail. She's a mother. She did nothing wrong. I did the same thing, and my girlfriend did the same thing, and my mama did the same thing, and my sister did the same thing, and my auntie did the same thing, and I think grandma she did the same thing too. How is this wrong? It's like. And all our judges said it was okay. As a matter of fact, was he your judge? The dude that just said how to judge? Yeah, girl, like this. He caught me about 14 times. And maybe he had a bad day because all the times he let me off the hook and my sister off the hook and you off the hook and and her friends off the hook and my friends off the hook and your friends off the hook. He just must have had a bad day. This is an anomaly because next week he going to be back there ruling in our favor. It's like, yeah. This is why we say the courts are out of touch because this is rare. Is he right for what he's doing? Absolutely. Did it take 63 days of him not seeing his child to get it done? Absolutely. And that's not pushing a sense of too long in the sense of this. It's he might have filed day 5. You get what I'm saying? He might have filed day 25, and then they got in court and it wound up being 63 days. Like, because courts are quote unquote backed up. So, it takes too long. Criminal court can happen today. Traffic court, they can you be there next month. Family court, it could take you, depending on the court system and what's going on, it could take you 6 months for them to let this chick off the hook and rule in her favor. And what I'm saying is, now you've seen how family courts have to look at themselves. I think social media is a good thing for family courts because now they got to see what they ruled for. Now it's one of those things where you could just rule and move on because ain't nobody gonna see it. Now you got to see what you said. Oh, yeah, she did all that negative stuff, and yeah, he had a better case, but she's a woman. Now you got to see yourself making those rulings. You know what I'm saying? So these cameras, I think, are evening out the playing field, and that goes against men too. Like now, you all the stuff you said on camera, that's your fault. Because I've noticed that when you have the little rulings on social media, the real ones on social media, like the judge don't want to look crazy, just in my opinion. But it's because for the longest you were able to because it was behind. It's public information, it's public record, it's behind, but it's kind of behind closed doors. Now when you see it out in public, it's like, do I want to be known as the judge that let women get away with murder, literally and figuratively? Nah, I gotta actually rule fair now, even if it's against the better judgment of me getting a kickback from this man paying child support. So that's my thoughts, man. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.